there's a nice deer in here that we're calling Carl. He's got one really good side, and the other side is just a big blade. We've sat probably over 40 hours now, and we've been seeing deer, does and little bucks, but no shooters yet. And we're hoping tonight is the night. I think I crushed him, Dad. My name's Mitchell Payment. I started tagging along with my dad to go hunting basically since I learned to walk. I grew up living the outdoor lifestyle, learning from my dad, and any hunting video I could get my hands on as a kid.
Got a date with a big buck tonight.
Once I turned 12, the legal age to hunt, we started taking things more serious than ever.
This is our second attempt on getting a buck. Spawn stock mule deer.
Working hard and learning through experience to better our odds to fold our tags on the animals we were pursuing. It has helped us grow into who we are now. Welcome to Season 3 of Moment of Truth TV.
He's gonna go down. Look at the blood pumping.
Yes!
Here. Smoked him. He's a dream buck. Look at that drop.
That was gorgeous!
With a new season upon us, we're heading out for the first time this year. With no specific bucks in mind, we're hoping to see which deer had a big jump in antler growth, or possibly a new buck that would be worth pursuing. Well, it's July 25th and we're getting ready to go in to scout deer for the first time this year. We're a little behind schedule this year, but about a month ago we set up a trail camera, and sure enough the twin four showed up. A deer that we have 2 years of history with, and I've passed multiple times waiting for him to grow into an absolute giant, and it's looking to be, it could be his year. Lucky still MIA, and we got a couple other decent bucks on camera and up and comers, but tonight we're just going to go down this bush line, get on point, look over the field, and hopefully some deer come out for us to film. So let's get in there and see what happens. There's a couple gorgeous deer on camera right now. We just got here and there's already 5 bucks out, and there's some familiar bucks on camera. This is really cool. We're gonna try to get some more footage of them here. So it looks like the twin four is out. The buck we've been getting a ton of trail cam photos of, but it's nice to see him in person. Pretty sure it's the same deer. He doesn't look as wide this year, but he looks like he's got a lot more mass, and he grew a split brow, so I think he'll be a deer worth arrowing, putting a killing stick through. We're gonna keep watching and hopefully some more deer come out. There's already about 8 bucks out and a couple does, so it's pretty cool. Well, it's July 29th and we're getting ready to go and scouting this evening. It's Sunday. Today was just a card pulling day on all our trail cameras, and I had a weird feeling about this spot here. It's never produced any real big deer, just 125 to 130 class deer that we've seen. And I just had a feeling that there might finally be a shooter on this camera this year because it's just too nice of an area. And I've been bugging Dad multiple times, we should go check that camera, we should go check that camera. Eventually it's just got to click. And we came in here today and checked the camera, and sure enough, there was a giant on it. He's a non-typical buck. He's got all kinds of junk, but yet he's typical. So we're gonna call him JT because he's junky and he's typical. So hopefully the stars are aligning and we're gonna kill a giant deer this year and go back to back on 180 plussers. So we're just gonna go up on this hill and overlook the field, and hopefully he comes out and we can get some footage of him. The first deer to make an appearance is a buck we're familiar with but have never laid our eyes on him until tonight, the cactus buck. A once-in-a-lifetime buck that never sheds his antlers due to a lack of testosterone. With hunting season fast approaching and multiple target bucks found, it's shaping up to be a great fall chasing whitetails. Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by Old Smokes Coffee, RV City, Tacticam, iHunter app, Enforcer Ozone, Prime Archery, G5 Outdoors, K&R Tax Services, Killin' Sticks Arrows, 365 Archery, Sugar Creek Taxidermy, Revolution Armory, and Score Ammunition. This segment is brought to you by iHunter app. Know your regs, where you're hunting or plan to go, right on your mobile device. And by Tacticam, the best first-person hunting camera on the market, made for hunters by hunters. Share your hunt. We'll just took some practice shots downrange, double checking to make sure my marks are on for the first sit this year, September 1st in the evening here. And we should be able to get in for around 6 o'clock. There's some awesome deer down here that we have pictures of all summer long. So if we can get on one tonight and slip a killing sticks into them, I'd be more than happy. Breaking the new prime with a nice whitetail. I already got a bear with it, but we're gonna get in there and see how she goes. With our first night out being fairly uneventful with just a couple does making an appearance, it felt amazing to get back out hunting and enjoy the beautiful evening. The following night we were in the same spot but just in a different set of stands. Knowing this area holds the most amount of shooter bucks, we thought it would be our best chance in releasing a killing stick. No big buck action, just a couple spikes, and I don't know where the shooter bucks are hiding, but hopefully they come out soon and we can see one at least. And maybe slip an arrow into him, that'd be ideal. But it was a gorgeous night overall. With no sightings of a shooter buck yet, it was time to go after a deer we located during the summer, JT. We're going into a spot where we've always had good luck on seeing deer, but never any real big bucks until this year. We had a feeling about it and we set up a trail camera, and sure enough, a giant mainframe 7x6 heavy main beam showed up and we dubbed him JT. And we're going in there to hopefully arrow him tonight. I know there's a couple other deer, nice bucks that we have on camera, and 2 nights prior, the last 2 nights before hunting season, I came in here scouting and I laid eyes on them both times, along with the elusive cactus buck. So if any of those bucks make an appearance and come within bow range, we're gonna let a killing sticks fly. So let's get in there and see what happens. Although JT didn't make an appearance, it was still a great night in the tree stand, laying eyes on a nice 125 class inch buck. Well, September 5th, we're getting ready to go in the ground blind this evening. We're hunting a property that we haven't hunted a ton in the past. But when we did, we've seen lots of deer, a lot of smaller bucks. But we just set up a ground blind last week. We'd like to set up earlier, but this was kind of a last minute decision because we checked the card and there's a cool looking buck that we're calling Carl. He's got one good side and the other side's just a big dagger coming off his head. And I'd be more than happy to slip a kill and stick arrow into him. He'd be probably one of my gnarliest bucks to date. So we're gonna slip in there. We're sitting in a funnel because the canola is still standing. They can't really walk through it, so they have to walk field edges, and there's a little funnel that they can walk through to get to one field to the other, and hopefully we can intercept them there and slip an arrow into them. So let's get in there and see what happens. After the 3 does passed minutes after getting into the blind, we looked ahead and seen velvet tines moving in the brush. Well, we just got back to the house after that encounter with that buck, and it ended up being the first buck we seen tonight. And we had does come out right in front of us. They were literally 3 or 4 yards away. It was insane. I thought because they didn't spook that we'd have a good shot at a buck tonight, and sure enough, a buck came through right at last light. There's about 10 minutes left, but where we're tucked in, it's pretty dark. And there's a couple shooting holes that we had that we could shoot him through, and he zipped through the first good one, and then there's a second one that had some branches, but it was a little dark and we couldn't see the branches. And I felt like I made a good shot, and reviewing the footage I did, it was going right perfect, and I connected with the branch and it went zipping off to the right. So that's a close encounter, our first close encounter with a shooter this year, so hopefully we can get on another buck. It's a little disappointing, but I would feel worse if I didn't make a good shot. It's just stuff happens when you're hunting, and should have trimmed those lanes prior, but we're gonna keep plugging away and hopefully get one down. Well, it's September 12th, we just got to location, and today's an interesting one. A cold front moved in last night and it's been snowing all day, and it's still September. It's pretty crazy, but we're hoping this gets the deer up on their feet, especially the mature bucks, because we haven't been seeing too many of them at all. So we're gonna hop in the ground blind tonight, and hopefully we're gonna be out of the wind, but it is windy. Hopefully that doesn't affect the deer's movement, and we can slip a kill and stick right into a giant. So let's get in there and see how it goes. The cold front brought our most action-packed night of the season. Covered up in deer all night made for an amazing night in the ground blind. We're hoping this action keeps up, giving us an opportunity to arrow our target buck, Carl. This segment is brought to you by RV City for all your trailer repair, and camping needs. Located in Morinville and Nisku, Alberta. Well, it's September 16th. We're getting ready going for our evening sit. It is absolutely pouring again, even harder than last night. So we're gonna go into the same ground blind to stay dry. And it's a bit of a grind so far. We've sat probably over 40 hours now. And we've been seeing deer, does and little bucks, but no shooters yet. And we're hoping tonight is the night because we're planning on leaving for mule deer tomorrow, if not the next day. So we're gonna slip in there and hopefully it all works out. Once again, minutes after getting settled into the blind, the deer started to appear. With being absolutely covered up in deer and some new bucks making an appearance, we figured our chances of seeing Carl were at an all-time high. Not too long after, I looked to my right, and there was the ancient old buck 25 yards away. I seen it go all the way halfway through. I'm not sure though. Oh, I got it. It went right to the fletchings, baby. Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by Old Smokes Coffee, RV City, Tacticam, iHunter app, Enforcer Ozone, Prime Archery, G5 Outdoors, K&R Tax Services, Killin' Sticks Arrows, 365 Archery, Sugar Creek Taxidermy, Revolution Armory, and Score Ammunition. This segment is brought to you by Enforcer Ozone, the most portable and versatile ozone generator on the market today. Well, we just reviewed the footage and we seen 6 bucks tonight. We figured if it was ever gonna happen, it'd be tonight. And sure enough, the buck we're in here after, Carl, a deer, an ancient old buck that we've seen for 2 years here. He's on his decline, makes an appearance. I couldn't believe it when I seen him. And a buck came here and was downwind and he spooked. So that was the only shot I had at him. I tucked it in as close as I could to those willows and it looked like it went right in behind the shoulder, right to the fletching. So I'm sure that deer didn't go far. I can't wait to go look and put our hands on this absolute gorgeous buck. We put over 40 hours in the field already this year and haven't killed anything. It was starting to get a little stressful, but missed the buck, but that was redemption, baby. Yeah. Let's go and see what's at the end of the butt trail, hopefully. Well, we just walked in the bush where he ran in and there's a leaf right here just covered in blood. But we're still following blood. It's like a red carpet actually. That dead meat opened him right up. Well, he just stopped here and there was a big pool of blood. He's kind of going through some thick stuff. I'm starting to get a little worried because he's went about 70 yards now, but there's still blood. Oh,
Get
he's down
oh
right
my God.
there.
Look at that.
Well, everyone, here he is, an ancient old buck we call Carl. We got him propped up here, and it was just an incredible night. It's been a grind. We've hunted over 40 hours this September already, and it was looking a little grim this season. After last fall went so smooth and everything was just absolutely perfect, I wasn't sure how this season was gonna pan out, but it all came together tonight. We seen about 7 bucks, And we've been hunting this spot hard because we knew this deer was killable. We were watching him on trail camera, and he was funneling through a pinch point out to the field to feed. But it seems like every time we came in here, we never seen him. And the one night we couldn't come in here because my dad had to work, we checked the trail camera, and sure enough, he went through. So we're getting pretty down, to be honest, and we were getting a little frustrated, but we just knew if we stayed persistent that this deer eventually might slip up. And tonight he came out. When I seen him, I'm like, Dad, there he is. And oh my gosh, he didn't present much of a shot. I had a little hole to squeak it through and put the Killing Sticks Micro LT right in the money, tipped with a dead meat broadhead. And that was probably the best blood trail I've ever seen. So I couldn't be any more happy with my setup. My Prime Logic is a smoker of a bow. So we're gonna celebrate tonight, celebrate just an absolute incredible experience. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did making it.
To keep up with the latest from Moment of Truth TV, make sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also for in-field updates, follow @MitchellPayment on Instagram. Closed captioning is brought to you by RV City, located in Morinville and Nisku, Alberta. Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by Old Smokes Coffee, RV City, Tacticam, iHunter app, Enforcer Ozone, Prime Archery, G5 Outdoors, K&R Tax Services, Killing Sticks Arrows, 365 Archery, Sugar Creek Taxidermy, Revolution Armory, and Score Ammunition.
That was high flying action. Woo! Nice little double there.